We're about ready for game 2 of this matchup. It's underway in Phoenix. It's won by the Lopes. The officials are Casey McClellan, James Ford, and Juan Corral. Inside, Labor, right hand. Ooh, got a hand on that.
Yeah, either got a hand on it, or the ball slipped out of his hand down towards his wrist because it never got any height. He shot it right into the bottom of the basket.
Aggies in their black, Lopes going to their white. Long distance again, off the mark. This time, Frayer did a good job underneath the bucket, clearing his man out.
Yeah, really good box out, threw his man to the floor, and then he was had so much courtesy, he helped him up off the floor.
Step back off the mark by Labor. He's had 2 errant attempts here early on.
I like him being aggressive. I thought he got off to a slow start last night because he was trying to defer to some of his teammates.
Kant's trying to drive baseline, shut down and underneath. Nice bounce for Lakai.
Really good cut away from the basketball. Comes right into the heart of the Lopes defense. Don't want those guys living in there. They'll feast around the basket. Very long, athletic group.
A lot of movement by GCU. Mikey Dixon had 14 last night. Step back. Lecture, far side, bounce pass into Labor. Down underneath, Midgard, no doubt about it.
Oh, beautiful low-to-low passing. Bigs really working well together. And the Midgard meter click off number 16 as Midgard, no doubt, with the two-hand stuff. That's good recognition. They want to double team Labor, get the ball out of his hands when he's got it down on that block. It's such a good job finding his fellow 7-footer on the weak side.
Rice, Lakai turns McCants. Near side, Jabari Rice. Tough to keep, bounce pass Lakai, nice move, and by the Aggies.
Yeah, another nice little roll away from the ball and slipping behind the defense.
Boxer in front of the Aggies bench. Looks inside, over the top. Midgard. Swarm there. Kick back out. Dixon open look for 3. Off the mark. Rebound picked up by the Aggies. Clayton Henry.
I really like that ball movement out of the block, though. They got Labor down there on that block. A little bit of body contact. I don't think that's going to be shooting, though. It looked like he was passing that ball away. So baseline out of bounds. Look at this graphic here by Midgard. He's made 16 straight field goals, leads the NCAA 75.5% shooting, and it's probably about 78 or 79% if you just count the 5 WAC games.
Henry. Swung by Frayer. Rice, McCants, far side, Gilliard. Looks left. Gets some instructions from Coach Jans. Backs up. Back behind him, Lakai for 3. Good.
Whoa, Lakai. He's doing a lot of damage tonight. He's got a couple buckets inside and stepped outside, knocked down that 3-pointer. He had a couple 3-pointers during that 13-4 run that they had last night to start the basketball game. So Lopes better figure out how to put a handle on this kid and slow him down.
2 of 4 beyond the arc last night. 9 points for Lakai. Inside to Midgard. Turnaround off the glass. What do they call?
I think they got Gabe McLaughlin and McCants wrestling on that weak side, battling for offensive rebound position. I think that's going to go against McCants. But look at this one against by Midgard. Good hands down there on that block. Knocks down his 17th consecutive shot. My goodness, kid's been on fire. You can throw him the ball just about anywhere. It doesn't matter if you got a guy draped on around his waist or up over his shoulders. He does a good job securing that basketball and then getting back on balance and going and keeping it high. That's the key, keeping it high and then going and finishing the play. So they're going to count that basket.
Yep.
Yeah, count the basket, and then looks like it might be a foul on New Mexico State. Well, hold on, no, the officials are getting together talking about it.
It's a new crew here.
Okay,
I had high hopes. I did. I had high hopes.
I love the face mask of that one official there with the bald head. It matches his the stripes on his jersey. You telling me? That's
coming out strong right there.
Not only does it's like almost size for size, the purple size stripes too. Width.
He just ruined other shirt.
I noticed he didn't bring 2 others for his buddies, though. He only brought the one. He's like, can't look as cool as I do over here.
All right.
So they get wrestled in there as Midgard's shooting the ball. So I think the ball's out of his hands, and you can see, looked like Gabe locked his arm down. I had a guy that played in college with J.R. Reed was famous for doing that, locking the guy's arm when you start wrestling in there. And then it looks like the defender's holding you when you're the one actually holding him, and then he would always get away with it. So Gabe McLaughlin stole a little page from J.R.'s book from 30 years ago, and then Midgard knocks it in. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with here at the end of all of this.
You brought up J.R. Reed prior.
Yeah, J.R.'s a good dude. He's a good dude. I always liked Jay. He was fun guy to play with. Had one of the deepest voices I ever played with. You can always hear the calls. Like. Yeah, really, he could have been a Barry White impersonator for sure. Booming voice.
All right, folks. And the beat goes on. Ready to go.
What have they decided? No foul now? That would be the best thing. Just say, hey, no foul, score the bucket, let's play ball.
Let's play ball. Yeah, let's play some basketball, because that's what everybody's here to see. While everybody's at home watching, it would be a little basketball on the court played between the two teams, rather than to see what they're seeing right now on the screen.
You know, I maybe take this time, and I don't want to go back to last night because we're going to have another good one here tonight, but you know, one thing I can already tell, the Lopes maybe not so intimidated by the Aggies tonight as they were last night. Yeah. They were a little timid. They didn't mix it up. They didn't get into, like, you know, that McLaughlin getting down there holding and scrapping and getting on that getting that offensive position ready to play.
That's kind of how I feel right now.
You know, big guard down low, labor down low. A lot of shots from the outside last night, not really attacking the basket. Tonight seems like they got the confidence at least to go inside. Maybe that's the coaching staff getting on and watched them film and said, hey, we got to be more aggressive to start this ball game.
Goodness gracious. At this point, I'd wave it off, like you said, you know.
Sure. Well, I mean, why not? It doesn't hurt either team. Is that the Jeopardy music that you?
Yeah. Surprised
May he rest in peace. What a great show that was. I had a friend I went to college with that cleaned up on that show one time.
Really?
Yeah. They won the final Jeopardy question. I can't remember what the question was, but the answer was the Pentagon Papers.
Flagrant one on McCants.
Really? Curious.
Yep.
I think at the end of it, it's probably justice, because it looked like McLaughlin was the one doing the hooking and the holding underneath the basket here, and somehow McCants got whistled for it. So, like I said,
let's go.
Don't call anything. Basketball. Just give them the ball and let's play. And as it turns out, the score didn't change because he missed both free throws, but they are going to give the ball back to the Lopes, so that's a little bit more of an advantage for the Lopes to get the ball back after that ball. That'll even out. I mean, we've got 37 minutes left to play.
Frayer from the corner off the mark. Aggies bring it up. Rice. By Dixon. McNair's there. Takes it back. Off the glass high, and it drops.
Yeah, I like McNair. We were talking about him in our pregame meeting. At 270 pounds, he's got good legs. He made a couple free throws last night, using his size real well around the basket. That was a good little screen and roll. Got a bounce pass, which is always a little tougher for a big guy to be able to pick that one up down around his knees.
Blackshirt blows by Gilliard, doesn't go.
Well, fans here wanted goaltending. They thought that they got some interference around the basket there. Blackshirt put that one up a little higher on the basket and hung on the front of the rim for a while, and one of the black shirts came down and knocked it off. Was it still in the cylinder or not? To be determined.
Rice. Aaron pass to Lakai.
Horrible
He
pass.
puts his hands to his face.
Yeah, he knew that was his fault. He threw it really low. Look at this one more time. Is it in the cylinder when this ball gets tipped out? Yes, I'd have to say a good portion of that basketball is still over the cylinder. You can't really tell from this angle. But from the side angle there was the one that you really could tell. Yeah, even that one there. You can see that ball was not going to go in, but he got to it early and knocked it away. Can't do that.
Corner, Dixon. Drive, step back. 2, short. Pulled down by Lavery.
Oh, wow,
Nice.
we didn't get our first offensive rebound to the second half. That's good to see Lavery getting on that O-glass.
Sure. Pulls back from the baseline drive. Mid-guard on McNair. Right hand, big and in.
I'm losing count now. I'm the meter. 17 straight for the big guy. Nice little shimmy shake there with the shoulders. Thought he was going to come back to the left hand. No, Midgard so strong with that right hand finish.
Jason King in the game for the Aggies.
I got to write this down.
Gilliard
17.
off the mark on the 3. Sean Miller-Moore.
Miller-Moore, yeah, he's gonna have a big game tonight. He should have a lot of energy.
Oh, look at Laver for 3. Boom, bam.
I like that. Get the ball off the glass, push it down the left side. Don't get your initial break, but then you come back to your trailing big for your secondary break, and he knocks it down to tie this game up at 9.
Gilliard near side, bounce pass, McNair. Back out. King, Lakai. Back to King. Inside to McNair. Looking to move on Midgard. A little difficult. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gets it off at the buzzer. Off the mark.
That was a shot clock violation there. Yes, you nailed it. Remember, they had a couple shot clock violations last night. In fact, they stopped GCU on one of their fast break opportunities because of a shot clock violation. But you got to love that by Alessandro Laver, the Italian stallion, tying the game up at 9.
Well, guys, obviously the Lopes went out there and did the job they wanted to do. They went out and beat the defending WAC champions, but the celebration was short-lived because win or lose in these back-to-back games, you got to find a way to have a short memory. As Coach Drew said, this format changes the whole approach to how you prep for a game, especially on day 2. The whole process is just really sped up. He said there's not much sleep for the coaching staff. Right after the game, they're hitting the video, watching the latest film, trying to break down what New Mexico State was able to do last night and how the Lopes can go out there and attack that today. He said you really just had to let go of everything, and he wants the players to stress that recovery time, how important it is. But he was very clear with his message. Yes, you got the job done, but it's not time to celebrate. But I don't know, guys. Get the job done tonight. I think we can celebrate a bit.
Oh, yeah. Cool in the game. Absolutely.
Late last night. Oh, Blackshear. Oh, my goodness. A little header, actually, a little sinker. In the corner, McMillan. Nice payoff.
I was a little surprised McMillan didn't shoot the first time he had it, but he had just gotten in the game, and that's always never a good sign when a guy catches it and shoots it the first time. But then when he threw it, when he got the ball back from Blackshear, he's like, okay, you want me to shoot it? I'm going to shoot it. 2 for 5. The Lopes are from 3-point range to start this game. Much better shooting than they did an evening ago.
That was a wacky sequence. Into Tillman, he's fouled.
See, I like Tillman. I can't believe he went from being the leading scorer to bringing him off the bench, off a forearm, off of someone's hand. Then Chance McMillan gets it back, says, well, I'm going to give it to you, and then step behind the 3-point line, get back out and balance, and knock it down. I like this young kid right here. You know, with Jaden Stone banged up with that knee injury on crutches, he's going to get a lot more opportunities here for the next couple of weeks.
Help there. Laver's got 2 personal fouls.
In the ballgame for the Aggies, number 0, C.J. Roberts.
C.J. Roberts checks in. Jabari Rice out. King out. Clayton Henry back in for the Aggies. C.J. lost the headband he was wearing.
I like Tillman. 17 points a game, comes off the bench, took it in stride, still came out here, competed last night, was off to a fast start again tonight.
Had 4 points last night, all from the free throw line. 1 point Lopes lead early on. So glad he could join us here from GCU Arena in Phoenix. Driving, Sean Miller-Moore. Doesn't drop. See a black in the paint.
did a good job. This is the #1 defensive team in the nation, holding opponents at 36% shooting. He really showed on that position. They really made him play. You nailed it, Barry. A sea of black jerseys around that basketball. Gave him nothing easy inside.
McNair, a little while. Clayton Henry. Into McNair. 7, 6, 5. Gonna get it off. Tillman does. Not there. Pulled down by Midgard.
Big guy going down there, eating and chewing some glass. I like that right there.
Black shirt floater. Good.
Why not? Got a little drag steam. Gives his buddy a nice little high five when he retreats back to the court. Thank you for helping me out. Just rubbed this guy off just enough, created enough space to be able to get down there around those WAC numbers. Letters.
Tillman, corner. Gilliard off the mark. Rebound.
Little Mac getting in there, grabbing some ball boards.
Sean Miller Moore to the bucket. Reverse. That was nice looking.
That was like the way old Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dr. J do it. Go from one side of the bucket to the other, hang in the air, put a little flippy English on it, and spin it off the glass and in. Nice fast break for the Lopes.
5 for the last 6 are the Lopes. They're up by 5. Welcome back. The Lopes up by 5 over the Aggies. Blackshear and Miller Moore heard from here.
I love this one by Blackshear. Just that little rub off of the backside of Midgard. He gets in the lane, gets that little floater, and then I love that one right there. Boy, I wish I was a player like that, could just sneak by on that baseline and float. Nice little leg action as you're going through the painted area and flip that thing up off the glass. That would have been so fun. My dreams. That's how I used to be able to do it in my dreams. When I used to idolize Dr. J and James Worthy. You know, I wanted to be a player like that. I didn't have nearly the athleticism to be able to play like that. They called me Tank. I stayed close to the ground.
How about Miller Moore? You touched on that earlier. It'd be great to have him kind of be heard from tonight. He had didn't come up with a point last night in 11 minutes.
No, but the bench is already good. You brought that up because I was throwing papers at our buddy Jared over there like, what's the bench done? Miller Moore with that driving layup and McMillan off the bench with a 3-point shot. They got 5 off the bench already. 5 of the 16. That's a good bump early in this game, giving those players a lot of confidence. And McLaughlin, he had a couple last night as well, and a big offensive rebound and putback. So.
McLaughlin's called before that. Now Chance McMillan. It's a 14 foul.
Back in the ball game for the Lopes.
We got to slide those feet. You can start getting those hands into the offensive player, the ball handler. That's the official's going to call that every time.
Midgard in for Labor. Labor's got 2 personal fouls. Chance. Roberts. Pushed out. McCants looks for 3. That's off the mark. Good hustle by Tillman, but he just can't corral it.
Did you see Tillman? He must have covered 35 feet on that offensive rebound attempt. I mean, Midgard looked like he was going to cleanly pick it up, and then look at Tillman, just like a cannon. He just kind of lost it off his fingertips there. That's only how I say. I had a guy named Steve Bucknell I played with. He always wanted to dribble the ball and pick it up. Go grab it with 2 hands and make sure you secure it. Drive me crazy.
McMillan, far side, Blackshear. Back up top, McLaughlin. Ooh, close. Henry almost poked it away there. 3-2, Blackshear throws it up, off the mark. Picked up by McLaughlin. Back out.
That's what he does. 9.7 rebounds a game, going in there and getting that O board.
Top of the key.
Oh, I think they got the big fella Midgard down there in the paint.
All called on the Lopes number 33, Aggie Midgard, first personal, 15.
He was hoping to be able to stab into that painted area there, just to duck in. He received that ball from Blackshear. Just got Tillman, wrapped him up a little bit down inside, a little too much.
3 offensive rebounds. The Aggies don't have one. Taylor 2 games early on. Back out, Clayton Henry looks for three. That's short, pulled down by Midgard.
Oh, he's good on that glass, but nice job with the white jerseys that time, creating no opportunities on the offensive glass for the black shirts.
Lofton. Kick back out, Sean Miller. Ooh, careful, Gilliard almost stole that one. Stop, pops, good for Blackshirt.
Well, you reach, I'll teach. Blackshirt says you want to go for the steal. You don't get it. I'm going to make you pay by putting it in attack mode, going to the basket, knocking down my third and fourth points.
Quick ball movement in the corner. Tillman, good.
That's a tough matchup for Midgard, having to cover Tillman all the way out to the three-point line. That's almost not fair. Then the other end, look at Midgard, try to put him in the torture chamber, pound him on the other side.
McLaughlin drives. Hooping a arm.
I'm over here running my mouth, and my guy Gabe McLaughlin sprinting down that left side. Got that basketball, no hesitation. Look at that. He just he faked the dribble handoff, turned the corner, full defense, and just went hard to the right. Look at that. Take the contact, put the ball off the glass softly, and knock it in. Got the Patrick Mahomes haircut. Who are you pulling for in the Super Bowl, by the way, Barry? Mahomes or Brady? Please don't say Brady.
I guess I'll say Mahomes.
We're on the same page.
They do call you the tank. Upset you in any way, shape or form.
Nice three-point play. Lopes on a nice little mini spurt here. Outscoring, it's been an 11-3 run here. Taking a nice 7-point advantage.
Cairns has 2 personal fouls. Aggies active on that rebound, and they pick it up. Clayton Henry. Tillman quickly in the corner. Lakai off the mark. Tillman again. His name's being called quite frequently. Gets it out to Jabari Rice.
Tillman's a stud. He's just out working the guys in the white jerseys right now. I love that kid.
Driving. Rice. High up the window. Drops.
Jabari Rice, he's so good. I mean, that first step is just next level. He got one of the best defenders in McLaughlin on him, and he went by him like his feet were nailed to the floor.
Dixon. Frayer. Moves right. Stops. Pops. Short. Laughlin tried to get it.
That was Freyer's shot last night. He knocked down a couple of those threes in the ball game.
Look at Gerald Tote's sighting here on the court. Didn't play last night.
Yeah, we get a chance with a nice little jump shot there again. Is that right? Yeah, we want to show you that punctuation mark last night that Frayer had at some point in time in this game. Nice timeout that time by Bryce Drew.
Yeah, and the lead has been narrowed to just 2. There you see Gerald Dokes. Transfer. Jacksonville, Arkansas. Got 11 points in his only other game with the Aggies.
Like you say, just got eligible. And can we go back? I want those guys in the truck to cue up that dunk last night by Oscar Frayer. Just for the punctuation bug. We had the two big guys that just scored buckets inside, and the Lopes were getting pressured. And Mikey Dixon with his head up does a nice job getting that ball over to Oscar Frayer, and McCants just tucked out of the way. He's like, I want no part of being on the other end of that poster.
Frayer hasn't been heard from as of yet. 5 minutes on the court. Lopes do have 8 bench points.
The bench is going to be big. We talked about that being one of the keys to the game. You know, this guy's going to have a little bit tired legs after playing last night. Jump shots may not fall, and you're going to have those guys that pick up that energy and scoring.
Blackshirt stops, pops. Good!
That's one guy that always has energy. It doesn't matter if he plays 35 or 39 minutes. He's always ready to play the next slide. And this is what the Lopes did last night to them. They went to that zone defense, really confused the Aggies. They come out of that timeout, and first time down on defense, they put that little 2-3 matchup zone on. I called it a 1-3 last night, but it's really a 2-3. Forced a turnover.
That's 2 errant passes by Jabari Rice. Over the top of Lakai. Down low, Midgard. Doesn't go.
Oh, the Midgard meter will have to reset it to 0. He had 17 consecutive, and that's the first one he missed.
Turnover on the Aggies.
In the ballgame for the Aggies is number 3, Evan
Hilliard comes in for Roberts.
Also for the Aggies, number 24, William McNair.
All right, I was just corrected. I thought the mid-guard meter was reset after 17 consecutive field goals, but I have been corrected over here. It was 18 consecutive. I wonder if that's a Western Athletic Conference record. I'll have to check on that.
Knocked out by Rice. All right, we got a timeout on the floor. With the Lopes up 23-19 over the Aggies early on. They definitely looked a little bit more poised on the court against the Aggies here tonight after the Aggies came out and kind of punched them in the mouth with 3 straight three-pointers to open up a 13-4 lead before the Lopes eventually clawed their way back into the game. But Asborn Midgard, as you mentioned, 18 straight made buckets.
Yeah, he's doing it again tonight. I mean, last night, I thought they were maybe a little bit nervous, intimidated by this Aggies team after that 31 consecutive games, but not tonight. They have absolutely been aggressive at taking the ball hard to the basket. What is Blackshear Jr. with his drives are feeding the big guy down low. But they've been a nice little tandem, whether Blackshear's getting off a little screen or he's feeding his big guy down low, but they're working well together. 6 points apiece for the duo.
The Sweet Play of the Half is brought to you by Sweet James, and we saw it early on. Scott, you like this move for sure.
Oh, yes, man. I wish I could do that. That is as sweet as it gets on the basketball court right there. I think in my pro career, I might have had one of those where I was able to go in reverse and spin it up off the glass.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was against Indiana. I remember it. Was it Indiana? Now I don't remember who the team was, but
Reggie Miller.
Big Dog. I was playing in Milwaukee, and Big Dog gave me a pass. I challenged the outside three-point shot, continued to run down the floor. He gave it to me. I had somebody coming to get me, and I ducked down underneath the basket, took it from my right to my left, and spun it in. Still remember that like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't?
I just didn't have the air underneath my body. You know, I covered some distance, but I was, kind of low to the ground. Like, you could have slipped a phone book up underneath me, but that would have been about it. Anything larger than that, I would have tripped.
I'm sure you should tell it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it real. It's hard enough to believe that I even been pulled off the moon to begin with. I got to at least make it real at the end. No, you can't. It would break.
23-19 early on. GCU in the lead. This is just the second conference matchup for the Aggies.
I wonder if the Lopes on defense will go back. Aggies have gone to a little zone defense here, a little matchup zone defense, right? Taste of your own medicine over there, Coach Drew.
Frayer, Lavers open. Off the mark, Midgard climbs up and grabs it. Fresh 30. What we got here?
They reset the shot clock incorrectly. They did that once last night. Instead of putting 30 seconds on the shot clock, they got to remember to put 20 seconds off an offensive rebound. So they corrected it now. They took the 3 seconds off. 17 to shoot rather than 27 to shoot.
Blackshear. Laver. Dixon. Got a little bit of room there. Off the glass. Oh, foul. Looks like McNair's going to be called. Doesn't drop.
Mikey Dixon is a different player than we saw in the first 8 games of this season. This Western Athletic Conference, he has realized that there's not a whole lot of guys that can stop him when he is determined to get to the basket. And he's putting his head down, and he's not afraid to draw that contact and finish around the bucket.
For every 3-point shot the GCU makes, Copper State Credit Union will make a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, please go to giving.gcu.edu. "14 points, 4 assists, 6 of 12 from the field a night ago from Mikey Dixon. Drains both of those.
Yeah, they fall back into their zone defense.
Gilliard moves right. Rice quickly into Lakai. Lakai, near side. The three-point attempt off the rim. Henry. Blackshear down low, mid-guard. Back his way in on McNair. Battle of the heavyweights. Big right hand.
That was some heavyweights right there. It was like the brown gargantuan against the green gargantuan back in those old 70s monster movies down there. A lot of bodies banging down there. It's about 500 pounds of beef down there.
Aggies haven't scored in about 2.5 minutes. Lopes are in a 6-0 run over the last two. In the corner, three. That brings out Midgard.
Midgard doing it on both ends. I see a big fella working hard out there. 4 rebounds rather now for Midgard.
Bounce pass from Midgard into Dixon.
Dixon was trying to get that contact, get back to that free throw line. Sometimes you just got to go in there with more power. Just say, I'm going to dunk this one. You got the leaps to be able to go in there and throw that thing down.
Hell off the mark.
I think that shot got blocked, Barry. I think the defender closed out on the corner and got a piece of that ball.
Piece of the ball.
Midgard one more time. Look at these two big guys, McNair, Midgard banging down there. I'll give you a shoulder. I'm going to give you a chest. And here's another shoulder for you. Here's a forearm. And look at it. And I like that little stutter step. Froze McNair just enough to be able to squeak it right up over the top.
Here's a jab and an uppercut.
That's the basketball I like. I don't like some of the stuff I see in the NBA anymore. I don't even see plays like that in the NBA anymore. Who was that? Rice?
Yep.
One more time from outside?
Yeah.
Just when you think the Lopes are going to pull away and try to take this thing to double digits, Rice with a big three to cut the 5.
Blackshear. Laver. Looking to give it to Frayer. He's swarmed by Clayton Henry. Laver's going to maneuver his way back into the paint. Big right hand, and it drops into the bucket.
Oh, that's good footwork right there. Took the ball all the way out from the white semicircle down there to the block and got a 4-footer right in front of the rim. Good ball handling, good footwork, good patience. Wonderful job by Laver.
M&M over at the scorers table. We got McMillan and Miller Moore. 3M. Nice feed down the low.
That was some good interior passing right there. Coach Jans really has an unselfish basketball team. They really share that basketball well around the bucket. They got Midgard moving screen. Didn't need to do it either. I think he wanted to roll to the basket so quickly. He wanted to set the screen and roll, and he just wipes out Blackshear's defender. That's a tough one for the big guy. Because you're taught, I'm supposed to hand it off and I'm supposed to roll hard to the basket, but you got to let that defender clear before you start moving like that.
McLaughlin comes in for
Midgard. Midgard's second?
Yep.
Something to note real quickly here before they walk this ball the floors. GCU has a 4-point advantage of points in the paint, 16-12. And they won that last night 26-18. So off to another good start at getting that ball inside and scoring in that painted area.
Rice, near side. Gilliard drives. Off the rim. Rebound.
I think it was Chance McMillan that had that ball and got it knocked out of his hand. It was a foul down there on Chance McMillan. A couple times now getting on that glass and helping out the bigs.
Picture about Rice.
Well, you can tell that the message was received by Coach Drews and his staff to these players to not allow the Aggies to dominate the O boards the way they did last night.
Picked off. Travel.
Oh, Lopes dodged the bullet.
They
there.
sure did. They should have learned their lesson from a night ago that these passes have got to be intentional. They have got to make sure.
Yeah, the Aggies do a good job, like you say, Barry, playing that passing lane, getting a hand in there. They're so long. They don't really have to give up really, defensive position because they stay back and use that hand away from the basket, or closest to the basketball, and extend that one there, still keeping a good eye on their the offensive player that they're going to defend. They get a lot of deflections and a ton of steals.
Blackshear spinning around. Everyone guarded heavily. McLaughlin in the paint. Big right hand. Not there. Rebound. Pushed out. It'll be Aggies basketball.
Well, I like that one by McLaughlin. I know he comes up empty there, but earlier in the season, he would have settled for that little 12-foot baseline push shot. And this time he dribbled hard to the basket where he had an opportunity to get a higher percentage shot or draw some contact.
Under 3 to go, opening half.
This is where under 3, under 4 when the Lopes have been good all year long, really separating themselves from their opponents and taking the momentum to the locker room. We'll have to see if they can do it tonight against a determined Aggies team.
Hilliard drives, stops, pushes back out. Kai leaves it. The ball movement. Hilliard takes it from Tillman. Lakai throws up the 3 at the buzzer and it makes it. Wow, he just threw that thing in there.
He got kind of a funky looking shot from distance, but somehow, like you said, he gets it in. He's got, what, 2 tonight now? He had 2 last night to start the basketball during that 13-4 run. So the Lopes have not put a clamp on this kid whatsoever. He's having himself a ball game, and they need it because McCants, who was so strong last night, hasn't done anything. In just 5 minutes of action, he's got 2 fouls and 0 points, and that just caps a 7-0 run by the Aggies.
Yeah, Lopes had a little bit of a run like that.
Yeah, they had a little, like it was 11-4 run, pushed their largest lead, and that one right there. Let's take a look and see if this ball gets out of his fingertips before the red light comes on. Yes.
I think he did.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the basket at the far end, and
here we go. Left.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's gone.
Yeah.
Good bucket.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the officials going to the score table and taking a look at that one to make sure they get it right, because obviously we know how big this game's going to be and determine who's going to be the top team in the Western Athletic Conference regular season. Those standings mean everything once you get into the tournament. Difference between playing the second and the third place teams battling each other out, killing each other, and you have an opportunity to play the fourth place team that finishes in the tournament.
Tarleton State had a 10-point lead over Utah Valley. It's now 63-58 with about 1:25 to go. Tarleton State looking for their first conference victory.
Oh, UVU's could close that gap, huh?
Yep, and of course Utah Valley at 4-0, right behind the Lopes.
Yeah, just a half game behind the Lopes. This would be big if Tarleton could pull out that victory for the Lopes and get them 1 game free and clear.
Aggies have 9 assists on their 11 field goals. The Lopes 4 assists on their 12 field goals.
I've looked at it and they're still meeting talking about it.
Oh.
No basket. They're waving that off.
Aggie fans aren't going to be happy with that.
Well, they looked at it and studied it closer than we did, and they got the Exmo over there. We quite get to take a look at it like that. I don't know. I like to think that was probably could have gone either way.
Almost like a little something for the effort, yeah. It's a 3-pointer, man.
Give him one, something.
Back to Laver. He attempts the 3 and makes it. Boy, that is a tough turnaround for the Aggies.
A little 6-point swing right there, wasn't it? One you didn't get, and then Laver within about 5 seconds now all of a sudden makes that a 6-point turnaround.
Inside to Lakai. Plays catch there. Rice. Clayton Henry. Tillman guarded heavily. Top of the key. Finds a little bit of room. Turns. Often steps back. Looking to make a move. Goes left.
That's a battle that Gabe's unfortunately not winning right now.
It's a big-time move, Barry.
Yes,
that's good D.
That's
very excellent D by McLaughlin. It's just better offense. 9 points now. Doing a good job. What are you going to do? Just pat the guy in the back, say, I did everything I can. You're just better than me on that possession.
See if Gabe can counter it. Floater.
Good. How about that, McLaughlin?
I like that about this kid. He said, okay, you made me look bad at one end, but I'm going to go back the other end. I'm going to give me the same ball where you got it, and I'm going to show you I can put it in the hoop, too.
Lead is 6 for GCU.
Rice. Gilliard. Far side. Got some help from Tillman. Down in the corner. Henry. Off the mark. Rebound. Blackshear.
Frere didn't get that ball, but he wiped out Tillman and made sure that Tillman didn't get it.
Laver swarm, back out. Dixon puts it on the floor, in the paint. Back out, Frayer, he'll drive. Left hand off the glass, beauty!
Wow, did he really attack that basket? He took that ball from outside the three-point line and in a blink of an eye, got all the way to the rack.
36-28.
There's that momentum I talked about. The Lopes finishing off the half in fine fashion.
The ball over. The last bucket here. 8-point lead, the Lopes. Solid opening half. 11 on the shot clock. 8. Dixon gonna wake up, drive to the bucket. Off the mark. Rebound. Buzzer. Not sure what Mikey was thinking there. Did he think he had a lot more time?
Well, Lopes really finished this half off nicely, being aggressive, attacking the basket, really making those points in the paint huge in this basketball game. I love that one there. Oscar Frayer down that left side.
So the Lopes finish strong after a 7-0 run by the Aggies to come back and open up an 8-point lead on a 7-2 run to close out the half. Let's set it down to Kate Longworth.
All right, thank you guys. Well, Coach, you talked about the tough task to come in a short turnaround against a tough team like the Aggies. How do you think your team responded tonight at tip-off?
You know, it's going to be a tough battle for 40 minutes. You know, they're going to come out, and again, both teams have had runs. You know, we had our run right before half. They've had their runs and taken the lead. So, you know, we got to be ready for 20 minutes, and out of the whole series, you know, this needs to be our best 20 minutes of the weekend.
We saw it both last night and then again tonight, down the stretch in both halves last night and then tonight. The team picking up the momentum, trying to continue to set that tone they start the game off with. What stands out to you in those final minutes of play from the Lopes?
You know, we have to rebound the basketball. And I think a big thing is if they're offensive rebounding, then they're the more aggressive team and they're being tougher. And we did a good job in the first half. We got to be able to do it again in the second half.
All right, we wish you the best in the second half. Thanks for your time,
Thanks.
Coach. And right now, GCU with the advantage, 36-28 over New Mexico State. Last night, the Aggies were aggressive on the glass, but so far today, the Lopes holding their own. We'll be back in just a moment with more on the Lopes Halftime Show.
Although we got to keep an eye on Laver's 2 personal fouls. Midgard has 2 personal fouls. McCants saw limited action, only 5 minutes in that opening half. He's got 2 personal fouls for the Aggies.
Yeah, you wonder, he played so hard last night, picked up those early fouls. I don't know if Coach Jan sent him a message or if he just was kind of out of gas. It seemed like the team had a spurt. They were playing well, and Coach Jans has a tendency to just ride that hand. So, you know, he's going to be looking to make up for some lost time riding that pine that first half and look out to be aggressive here in the second.
There, a turnover right there to begin things. I know Coach Jansen wouldn't be happy with that.
No, athletic hands by the guys in the white shirts caused that deflection, caused that turnover.
Blackshirt, far side, drives, steps back. He's up top, to his right. Dixon finds Laver. Laver swarmed by 2, kicked out. Frayer looks for 3. Bouncing around, pulled down by Lakai. Quickly up for Gilliard. Can't. Clayton Henry. Gilliard. Pauses. That's Rice to come out. Shut that down. He'll take it himself. Off balance shot.
Oh, kind of a late whistle. I think they got Blackshirt Jr. on that drive, and Gilliard just kept putting the pressure. The whistle came a little bit late. Probably the correct play is Blackshirt was really having a lot of body on that drive, but Blackshirt Jr. is doing a good job really frustrating Gilliard into some tough plays. Not a lot on that one. I'm Blackshirt Jr. I'm like, dude, what do I got to do to stay in front of this 5'10" speedster and not pick up a foul? Maybe a little, as they say, ball don't lie at the NBA, because he didn't commit the foul, and Gilliard missed that front end of that free throw. His numbers on the season there, 10.5 points, 10.6. Only 33% shoot for a guy that That's a good-looking shot. Just hasn't been able to get in the rhythm yet this disjointed season that the Aggies are enduring here.
2 of 4 from the line, 2 errant free throws by Gilliard. There was a 21 free throw differential, and Blackster puts it in.
Yeah, he's got Gilliard guessing that he's going to be coming off of that screen, and then Blackshear just does a little tricky inside-out dribble and takes it away from the screen and goes hard to the rack.
10-point GCU lead. McCants looking to move on Midgard. Back out. Picked off by Dixon. Another turnover early on. Dixon takes it in off the window.
How good has Dixon been in this series?
Phenomenal.
Just getting steals, using his wheels, getting out in transition. Lopes enjoying their largest lead of the game, up 12.
Back from Lakai. McCants puts up the 3. That's off the mark.
I knew that wasn't going in before he shot it.
Yeah,
he's been out of rhythm all night long, and that's the last thing you want to do to try to get yourself going is to shoot a 3 when you're just as cold as ice.
Well, you kind of wonder about, this is the first conference play, first back-to-backs. They've had limited action, the Aggies. I mean, the Lopes have had, this is 3 series, I believe, with back-to-backs.
Midgard. In and out. On the Aggies.
Look at this one more time here by Blackshear. This is the one he just goes hard to the rack and kind of catches Gilliard leaning the wrong way. And then I love that one by Mikey Dixon getting out, playing that passing lane, and having the speed to speed down the floor and lay that one off the glass before the defense can recover. He's working hard. Just a couple minutes into this one, he's going to have to get a blow.
Yeah, the Lopes 4-0. Fast break advantage. Long distance. Oscar Freyer.
Oh, Freyer. Wow, he knocked in some 3s on this series as well.
7-0 run to begin the second half for GCU. Rice. Gonna move on Freyer. Swarm there. Underneath. Again, another turnover.
Again, using those hands, getting those deflections.
Laver, Midgard, Blackshear, all with 8 until then. Laver puts it in his 10th.
Wow, Blackshear spoon-feeding his big guys. That was beautiful. He splits the double team with a little low dribble, gets inside, forces the big to challenge, and then slips it over to Laver, who does a nice little jump hook with his back to the baseline, just flips it in over his left shoulder and knocks it down. This one more time. Split the defenders, get inside here, cause the big to come over and help, and then Laver just does the rest.
Look at Blackshear move. All alone down low, 16-2.
Yeah, and they have really left New Mexico State in that locker room. Coach Chan's going to be chewing his team a new one right now because they haven't had the energy to match what the Lopes have brought to the floor here in the second half. Getting smoked right now.
Look at that, 5-0 atop the conference are the Lopes. Utah Valley loses to Tarleton. And what I'm reading, Tarleton led probably close to start to finish in that one. They led by 10 when I checked in on the score, and they pick up their first Western Athletic Conference victory under Billy Gillespie.
Well, that's the problem. Utah Valley got fat and happy last night thinking we're playing a team that's 0-5. We just smoked them last night, and we're going to face them again, and they let their guard down. I mean, obviously, the Lopes aren't going to let their guard down against the Aggies, but it is human nature. You get a win against a team, come back and thinking it's a given that you're going to beat them the next time out. And you've got to respect the game. Utah Valley obviously was not ready to play mentally tonight, and Tarleton took it to them.
Yeah, well, the Lopes can tell you they need to respect a Billy Gillespie coached basketball team. Utah Valley paid the price tonight. For every 3-point shot that GCU makes, Copper State Credit Union will be making a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, please go to giving.gcu.edu. Purple out at GCU Arena. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth here.
Yeah, I got that memo. I'm rocking my purple tie tonight.
Purple. Purple pin.
There you go. Got something on there.
Purple on last night. Oh, yeah.
start. Now let's see what the Lopes do here. Now they're enjoying a nice lead here. They fall back into their man-to-man defense. Can they stay as active as they were, playing big, playing long, getting those deflections, getting those steals here for the next 5 minutes of this basketball game? They can really drive a wedge into the heart of this Aggies team if they can continue the same sort of momentum here for the next 5 to 8 minutes.
Keep the pedal on the floor, right?
Absolutely.
Up high, look at, oh, man.
Oh, we just talking about putting the pedal to the metal, and Gilliard, who hasn't done much in this series, steps out from about 28 feet.
A lot of loft in that
and
shot.
knocked it down.
Midgard.
Nice job by Midgard not taking that shot. He went to that trap, tried to get the Lopes to play a little faster, maybe get one of the bigs to take a shot they don't want to take, and he didn't settle for it. That's the guy you want to shoot.
Oscar Freyer, Midgard picked up the rebound. Oh, it doesn't go. Didn't put enough on it.
You know, I like that, though. Getting that glass on the weak side, long shot versus a long rebound. He was right there to gobble it up. Kept it high, just couldn't get it back down.
Careful, wide open look for three. They could get back into it quickly. On the ball is Gilliard.
Gilliard getting an offensive rebound. Now he's got the mismatch.
Gonna happen off of Freyer's fingertips.
Well, all those offensive, defensive job that they did on the glass, now they come out here and they do on back-to-back possession, some offensive rebounds.
Might be some good timing with this media timeout. We'll be right back. Lead is 14.
Getting ready for a big game like this, they said for the first time in a long time, it felt a little more quote-unquote normal for them. Coach Jan said he had the nerves getting his team ready for yesterday. And Coach Drews talked about walking into the gym and just feeling like, oh yeah, this is college basketball again. So hopefully, we can all hope the tide is turning, but it was great to see both of those coaches feeling that last night.
No doubt about it.
Good energy in here. I love the band, the dancing team, and the cheerleaders, and the Havocs. That's fun.
6-0 run here by the Aggies, and nice execution off of that timeout.
Yeah, it was nice execution. On the other side, though, Lopes lucky didn't turn the basketball over there. They're getting a little sloppy here, not to fit in the three-point line.
Waiver for three. Not going to happen.
Yeah, Freyer shoots a three. Laver misses a three. You can't fall low with that three-point shot because you knocked the two down in the first half and here to start the second half. Now they go inside for another bucket.
Mackay, 8-0 run here.
Yeah, they were just up, 17 rather. Now it's down to a 9-point advantage for the Lopes. Coach Drew wants a timeout, and he got it just before the turnover, I think.
So the Lopes already have 26 points in the paint. At 26 last night. But they need to regain that form down low.
Philosophy for sure, because they've gone outside now and start banging away outside. You see last night, offensive rebounds, New Mexico State was just a beast on that glass. 17-3 advantage, but tonight, Lopes have done a better job on their defensive glass. They've been doing the job, getting the initial stop, and then going and getting that board, holding the Aggies, to only 5 points. They are not the Lobos, they are the Aggies.
Not going to win a lot of favor or Las Cruces.
Stats that the New Mexico State put out, they made sure to let me know that they are not the Lopes. The Lobos, rather. I thought that was funny. Whoever wrote their stat sheets, game notes. Thank you. They put about 5 paragraphs on there on how they want to be called New Mexico State or NM State or the Aggies, and they are not. We are not them, and they are not us.
No doubt about it. UTRGV, February 5 and 6. Then back here against California Baptist and Jared Martin. It's back on the road at Seattle, February 26th.
What kind of welcome is Jared Martin going to get when he comes back here with California Baptist?
How about Dixie and California Baptist tied at 63? Could Dixie State and Tarleton pick up their first conference wins tonight?
Let's hope.
Trailblazers. Dixon. Sean Miller-Moore. Back to Dixon. Open look for three. Short. Miller-Moore. Hustle.
Job. That was some hustle. And, sometimes they say that hustle's a skill. Well, he definitely showed off his skill on that one. He chased that ball down to the coffin corner and grabbed it.
Another offensive board.
Miller Moore, 4-3. And Miller Moore's trying.
Okay, we got 3 outside shots that haven't found the range, and now this turnover by Miller Moore after the offensive rebound. I love the offensive rebound, but it gives it up there trying to get a little too aggressive by going into the painted area.
Labor in for McLaughlin.
Yeah, Coach Drew coming back with his starting 5. He realized that the bench, the success they had in that first half with the 10 points, they weren't really giving it to him here in the second half, so he goes right back to his starters as this lead has been trimmed now to single digits.
In the corner, Frere. And push back out to Gilliard.
Yeah, they went back to that kind of that matchup zone defense. Really frustrated the Aggies last night for a stretch.
In the corner, Jabari Rice, good.
I'm not sure what the call is. It looked like a 3-point shot.
Rice call.
Is it called for flopping? Yeah, that's a new rule that can assess a warning to a offensive player who flops on a call.
That was a little. I mean, 11-0 run though. Aggies
are getting it done. Just when the Lopes thought they were going to be able to put this one, we talked about having that 5 to 8 minute stretch where they really needed to stay aggressive. They didn't, and allowed the Aggies to come back into this game. And when you need a bucket, where do you go? The best field goal percentage shooter in the nation, shooting over 76%, dropped one on right hand hook.
3 by Clayton Henry. The scoring drought was 304 and counting for GCU before the Midgard bucket. Blackshear turning underneath Midgard. What a sweet feed by Blackshear in traffic.
Spoon feeding his bigs, whether it's Laver or Midgard. Blackshear Jr. is feeding the bigs now. 22 points and 9 boards for the big guys, Laver and Midgard.
Lead is 10 in the corner. Henry back out to Gilliard. Inside to Tillman. He was a spark there for a while, Tillman. We haven't heard much from him. Gilliard stops, pops, not there. Loose ball, pulled down by Blackshear. Tillman.
Those guys are down there fighting just the way you voiced it. Nice job by Tillman. He was back in there. You said he hadn't been heard from him for a while, and he went back in there and gets hit a tie up, and I know it won't be a result in them getting the ball back, but next possession, if that happens again, then it'll go back over to the Aggies. So nice job by Tillman going in there and being aggressive.
A little press here. Midgard comes back.
Yeah, Lopez did a good job handling that full court pressure by the Aggies last night, which especially towards the end of the game. And Blackshear found Dixon, who found Frere for a nasty dunk.
Beating Midgard in traffic.
Got held underneath, giving up too many kilos underneath to the big fella. Had to grab him by the forearm there, trying to poke that ball away. Just the 3rd team foul on the Aggies, though. I remember last night we were in the double bonus, I think, both teams. We had about 18 fouls in the first 6 minutes of that game last night. Tonight they're letting them play. And maybe just the guys are out doing a better job playing without fouling.
Blackshear. Near side, Dixon. Looked at Midgard. Found Frere. Up over the top. Frere with a nice pass. Midgard kicked out. Laver. Floater. Not going to happen. Midgard trying to climb up on it.
Midgard loves it because that's a big guy down there doing his work early, getting on that offensive glass.
11:52 to go. Lopes up by 10.
The lights shining bright at GCU Arena tonight. The Lopes right now with a 10-point lead over their WAC rival in the Aggies. Lopes looking to make it 2 games in a row, 2 victories over New Mexico State. Meanwhile, we want to remind you, if you can't be here at GCU Arena to join in the action, you can still be a part of all the fun by trying the new mobile scratchers presented presented by EZ1040 on the Lope Nation app for a chance to win a GCU fan pack. Plus, everyone who plays will automatically be entered to win a new 55-inch TV or an iPad from EZ1040. All you need to do is make sure that GCU Lopes app is on your phone. Head to the App Store, download that, and then Scratchers is on the left sidebar to play. And the Lopes app really just great. You can follow along with men's basketball when you can't be here in the stands through the safety protocol. Plus, you can check in on all the other sports happening here at GCU. Everyone getting underway now, finally. Soccer's happening, baseball. But right now, guys, it's all about basketball.
All about basketball at 11:50 to go. Travel on Midco.
You don't see the big fella get his shoes tied up too much down there, but that particular time, good job defensively by the Aggies. Forced the big fella into a travel underneath.
Big trade, Cardinals fans. Stafford to the Rams for Goff. 2 future first-round picks and a third-round selection. Go to Detroit.
What? They traded Goff for Stafford?
Yep.
Okay.
Under 11.5 to go. Gilliard in the corner. C.J. Roberts at the buzzer, in and out, but the rebound underneath.
No.
Clayton Henry.
Didn't get a body on Henry. He comes down that right-hand side now, and
Who's watching?
get a turnover at one end and an offensive putback on the other. And all of a sudden, that lead is down to 8. They got him where they want him.
Midgard.
Let him run out to that big lead. Lopes got a little complacent. More than a little.
So another shot clock. Bounce pass. Oh, foul.
They got lucky it was a foul.
Well,
But
they
Midgard
did get a
was
foul,
I don't know if
didn't
it was Midgard or Labor down underneath and getting ready to slam that one home. Look at this one down the other end here. Just got no body whatsoever. They got 3 black shirts going to the basket against 2 white shirts. You lose that battle every time. And not every time, but most times. Now, this is where they got to get sharper here. They got to execute a little bit better down on this offensive end. Now, Black Shirt Jr.'s done a nice job spoon feeding some bigs, but outside of that, they haven't gotten much offensive in the last 5 minutes of the second half.
Black shirt. Step back. 3. No. Picked up by the Aggies.
Oh, Jabari Rice.
That's an offensive foul, Jabari Rice. He wanted to kick the ball ahead, but his buddy had his back to him, so he just let the ball bounce on the floor, then he wiped out Mikey Dixon trying to go for the ball. Actually, it was Frere, I think, tries to go for it here, and he just wipes out Frere. Like, wait, let me hip check you out of the play.
Did he lose the ball there?
Yeah, he was going to
okay.
double dribble it, so
That's
he knew he
right.
couldn't pick it up again. At that point, he just takes Frere out. Like he was body checking him into the glass. That's a hockey move, Barry. You should recognize that.
Yeah, he took him out. 5 turnovers in the game for Jabari Rice. The Lopes are 1 of 6 in the second half from 3-point land. Dixon puts it on the floor, a little floater. Good.
Not sure if the shot clock was reset properly on that one, but anyway, with just about 3 or 4 ticks on the clock, Dixon, once again, kid's been so aggressive, putting that ball on the floor and getting it below the letters and being aggressive. Yeah, don't let McCants wake up.
No, 3 on Labor.
He was good last night. He seems like he's out of gas. I don't know if this team is used to playing in back-to-back games. At 0 points tonight.
Crazy.
He gets pushed out of the Lopes huddle. They're trying to huddle and get their defense assignments. McCants tried to stick his beard in there, and Lopes wanted no part of it, and shoved him right out of there.
McCants. Drive, twist, turn, underneath. Aggressive.
Well, we talked about don't wake up McCants, and you see how athletic he is with that spin move. And then he gets down there and gets that body contact. All he wanted to do is get these defenders down here in that restricted area and get that body contact on those 2 bigs. You couldn't call it probably on either one of them, and now unfortunately, he's going to go an opportunity to get himself to the line. Remember I talked about him shooting that three-pointer to try to get himself going. That's not how you do it. How you do it is driving the ball to the bucket like that, getting yourself a layup or an opportunity to go to the foul line. This could be spelled trouble here for the Lopes if this wakes this big beast up.
Down to single digits now.
He can play some really mean basketball when he's focused and energized, and that might be just enough of a taste to get him going.
8-point Lopes lead. Both Midgard and Labor with 3 personal fouls.
It seems like the seconds are coming off this clock awfully slow. This has been it was like the longest 10.5 minutes in the history of the conference.
Ooh, tenacious
D.
Got to get up. Frere.
Barely. Just beat the timer there by about a second.
Now the Aggies definitely put it into another gear here. And the Lopes do the same.
Watching the McCants and Midgard battle underneath.
Frere with the 3. Not there. Midgard with the rebound. Fresh 20. Back to Blackshear.
Well, we talked about a flop off of an offensive play, and I don't know why that one wouldn't have been called a flop. With Labor down there establishing himself on the block against a smaller defender, and as soon as he touches him, he just drops like a ton of bricks. Coach Drew's not happy with it, and unfortunately, that's the 4th now on Alessandro Labor with still 9 minutes and 6 seconds to play. He's going to have to spend some extended time on the
Anybody watching that? Come on. You're laughing, I know, but I mean, that's a smart play, I guess.
Gilliard went in there, tried to get some more contact. He saw what McCants was able to get away with. Gilliard tried to go down there and get some contact and get himself to the free throw line as well, and officials weren't giving him that body contact that he and Blackshear had on that play.
Frere out, Dixon out. McLaughlin's in, Sean Miller Moore.
Yeah, Sean Miller Moore, McLaughlin, and McMillan have to do better than they did when they had their first rotation here in the second half.
Blackshear got that rebound. McLaughlin down to Midgard. Midgard looking to move, big right-handed in for Asbjorn Midgard.
He was down there, and it's good, solid defense. And the second defender came over to try to block that shot. He was still able to flip that in for his 14th point. He's having a ball game. He's going to try to work on a double-double. He's got 8 boards to go along with those 14 points, Barry.
McCants takes it from Jabari Rice. C.J. Roberts drives, cuts, slashes, left hand, and in.
Wow, was that beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, give credit where credit is due. I think McLaughlin came over at the end to try to wipe that one away, and C.J. Roberts was not going to be denied. Put that ball in his left hand. It was just a blur going to the basket.
Blackshear. Move on Rice. Inside, McLaughlin turns, shoots. Good!
Nice execution, good ball movement. Give McMillan a lot of credit there, finding his buddy right there in the middle of the basket. McLaughlin does a nice job just turning, firing. No hesitation whatsoever. They needed that basket.
Roberts again in the paint, high off the glass. McCants tried to get a hand on it. Midgard pulled it down.
9 for Midgard now on the glass.
Blackshear brings it up. Under 7.5 to go. Off of the foot. Races on.
That's going to be a turnover because that was off of Blackshear's foot. Crowd doesn't like it, but that's the right call.
So timeout on the floor. The lead is 10, but it's been precarious here in the second half. As the bigs have gotten into a bit of foul trouble, certainly with Labor with 4. Here's the...
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Maybe that went off McCants' heel. Let's see one more time. Yeah, off of McCants' foot. He got away with one. Well, I think the Lopes got the beneficial not getting a three-point shot that went down for the Aggies earlier. So maybe, like you say, after 40 minutes, those things do have the tendency to even themselves out.
This game, you know the Aggies are not going to go home quietly as they try to, split this 2-game series. Foul trouble a little bit. How do you see this game here playing out in the last 7.5 minutes?
I got sweaty palms.
Yeah.
Even when they were up 17, I was worried. I knew that 5 to 8 minute stretch when they had that 17-point advantage, they had to play better basketball than they did. They didn't get it done. Gave the Aggies some life. Now they've cut this thing back. Well, they had cut it under double figures. Now the Lopes got to regain. They got some guys that come on off the bench because they got some foul troubles on the big. McLaughlin hits a big bucket. McMillan gave him the pass, so those guys started to play well off of that bench here and shore this up for the next 5 to 6 minutes if they're going to get this win.
Yeah, Ashmore Midgard, though, stepping up with some buckets down low.
He sure has been big. 14 points because he's been a power player around that basket. He's had a nice touch. And I love the footwork on this one right here because he's going against a guy that's his size, 270 pounds, not like he's playing against Bethesda or Benedictine. He got some guys with some beef down there on him, and he's still shooting a high percentage. He keeps the ball high. He plays within himself. He's not afraid to pass out of the double team, reestablish position, and then get the ball back down low. But the Lopes +6 on the boards right now, and a +16 in the paint's been all the difference in this one. See the leading Lopes tonight. Laver, 10 points, 4 of 9 from the field. And talked about what the big fella is doing on the other end with those 14 points and 9 boards. They got a good duo down there. First, when they had both of these guys, I was worried how Laver was going to get his points. If Midgard was down there being a space eater on the block, where was he going to play from? Laver's shown the ability to play on the left block while Midgard's on the right block. Plus, we know Laver can step outside and shoot the three-pointer.
Saw Dixie State try to hold on there. Pick up their first conference victory. Inside Tillman. Puts it on the floor. Finds McCants. He's shut down by Midgard. Out of bounds.
They're double teaming McCants, trying to keep him out of rhythm to get himself going. And he's just not used to playing against guys that side, that speed. They double team him, and he's not able to execute the pass out of that double team. They're back with his full-court trap.
Work through it. McLaughlin. Back to black shirt.
Give the coaching staff a lot of credit. The guys in the black shirt have not been effective at really creating a lot of turnovers with that full-court press. Now they've done it down here in the half-court set, but not really off of that full-court trap.
Blackshirt drives. Floater off the glass and goes in. Blackshirt coming up strong here tonight.
Well, I was talking to his daddy in the parking garage after the basketball game, and he was proud of the way they played last night, got that big win. He's going to be super proud if he can do back-to-back the way his son's playing tonight.
10 points, 4 assists for Javon Blackshirt
and
Jr.
4 rebounds as well, Barry.
Long distance, off the mark. Sean Miller-Moore went up for it.
Trying to step in there and create a turnover, get that charge, and Miller-Moore does a nice job getting to the outside of his shoulders there and getting that foul. But just the 16 foul for the Aggies, so it'll be side out of bounds. But look at that one more time by Blackshirt. Gabe McLaughlin just gives him that little dribble handoff, and he does the rest.
Correction, that is the 16th foul on the Aggies.
Dokes in the game. Gilliard. McMillan. Sean Miller-Moore. Wing. Trying to drive baseline. Shut down there. Midgard up high. Blackshirt. Oh, he's looking for Midgard. Turnover by the Lopes. Under 6 to go. Kai. Dokes. Stop. Doesn't go. Pulled down by Sean Miller-Moore.
Oh, they got Miller-Moore pushing underneath. He can't believe it.
This guy here.
Second personal, 16 foul. Back in the ball game.
Yeah, you're up 12. You got under 6 to play. You really want to do a good job of keeping this team off the free throw line. And, you know, now with the 16 foul, the Aggies will be shooting free throws the rest of this game. But play without fouling. Get them off the three-point line. Keep them out of the paint. Make them shoot tough twos the rest of the way. You can win this ball game and limit them to 1 shot.
5.5 to go. Dokes, McCants puts up the 3. Not going to drop.
Frere with a little extra high to make sure he got that one. Good stop when the Lopes needed it.
7 of 26 beyond the arc of the Aggies. Black shirt.
And you got to think, I mean, they're not the greatest three-point shooting, but you got to think those are just tired legs playing in a back-to-back. McCants certainly has not been his normal self.
No, not at all. Back to Midgard. Turns. Doesn't go.
But I like that shot, though. That's a good shot on balance. You can get back defensively and not get burned on a fast break.
Drew wanted to call.
Yeah, empty possession, but still good execution of the offense.
Henry off the mark.
Yeah, make a play out there. Those shots right there, contest the shot, don't foul, and then go get the board. They're not going to be making too many three-pointers with the tired legs that they got to be here. And after the minutes that they logged last night, and then this late in the ball game here.
Good from three-point land.
I'm not sure if they're going to count that or not. They might say that one might have come. They wiped out Gabe McLaughlin on that screen before the shot went up. Either way, McLaughlin's either going to the line for free throws, or they're going to count the free throw and count the three-pointer and give them one. Give them one from the free throw line. Let's see if when this looks like the foul right. Dixon may still have that ball in his right hand. They're going to look at it.
Looks like it.
Shocker.
Really, look at that. Dribble that went off of McCants' leg. Looks like it happened before the shot.
I would have thought so. That was pretty obvious, but I get going to the monitor to get it right. We talked about big game. 12 points is, you know, still doable in 14 minutes and 16 seconds. They want to make sure that they get it right. And it'd be huge if they do count this bucket. How about Midgard, though? He got 5 double-doubles coming into this one tonight. I believe he's 1 rebound away from getting another double-double. He's had 6 games where he's missed double-doubles by just 1 rebound. The kid's been a player. When they first signed him, they were all excited about him. I'm looking at his numbers going, I don't get it. But now I see why they were so giddy about this young man being able to not only just eat space underneath, which is what they wanted for in rebounding. This kid has been a stud scorer as well.
So here we go, 4:16 to go. Both teams huddling up, waiting the word here. So. Here we go.
So you really want Brady, huh? Just because he's the old guy? Is that what you're thinking?
You know, Bruce Arians, you know, Cardinals coach.
I was never a big fan. I'll be honest. I'm going to say I was never a big fan of risk it, no biscuit.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I thought we lost more games than we won with that no risk it, no biscuit. I'm a hater. You know I'm a Brady hater, right?
How about Aaron Rodgers with the 12-pack in the back of the pickup truck, huh? How was that?
What happened?
There was a photo of Aaron Rodgers in the back of a pickup truck.
Oh, I did not see that.
With like a 12-pack?
After the loss to
Tampa? The other day. Earlier in the season, I guess, is what the report is. But he validated it. That's true Wisconsin fashion right there, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Cheese and beer.
So we know it's McLaughlin. The foul was called before the shot by Dixon.
So that was a 1-and-1. This is the second end of the 1-and-1. And McLaughlin. That was
guys
big
on
right
the line,
there.
right? Earlier in the game, on that flagrant foul, he didn't have anybody alongside him. So.
Throws the shooter off.
Yep.
All right, now lock in now here and don't let him shoot the 3.
They did. Lakai's off the mark and Midgard is there.
Solid again. Got that double-double now with that 10th board to go along with those 14 points. We talked about how the bigs needed to play, well, big in this series. They certainly have. They didn't get as many boards as they probably would have wanted, just a combined 11 points. But tonight, they're getting it done.
McLaughlin in the paint. Bounce pass. Blackshirt puts up the three. Not going to happen. McCants backed out mid-guard. Picked up that rebound. 3.5 to go.
I'm feeling a sense of urgency from these Aggies. They got under 3.5 to play, and they just don't seem like they really want to get quick shots. I mean, they burned 15 seconds off the shot clock there.
Oh, right here with the block. Henry.
Where did Frere come from? It looked like it was going to be an easy putback on the offensive board from Henry, and Frere had grabbed a big rebound a couple trips prior and then comes over and gets that swat.
It's up so high. GameStop's envious of that one.
Is that two?
I like that, though. They did GameStop.
There's a little controversy.
Yeah, they did them wrong.
Whoa, long distance at the buzzer.
Well, the TikTokers drove that stock price through the roof, and then they shut them down.
59-45. Look at that. 2:43 to go. Can the Lopes sweep this two-game set? We shall see. Lopes are up 59-45. 2:43 on the clock. They snapped that 31-game regular season conference winning streak by the Aggies, dating back over 2 years with last night's 8-point victory.
Yeah, they've done it with the D tonight. Talk about how good the Aggies are, #1 in the country coming into this weekend series on defensive field goal percentage. Well, the Lopes were in the top 5 as well. They have shut these Aggies down tonight, holding just 37% shooting on the evening.
Dixie State beats California Baptist tonight, so Dixie State and Tarleton both get their first conference victories tonight.
Welcome to the party. And that's good, gives the Lopes now a 1.5-game lead over Utah Valley.
Up to 4-1. Lopes.
Well, I'm already putting this one in the win column. I have not seen enough out of these Aggies energy level to prove to me that they're coming back from 14 down with 2.5 to play.
If something were to happen, folks.
If they lose this one, you put it squarely on my shoulders. Even with that ill-advised foul on the offensive board there and sending them to the free throw line with a chance to score with the clock stopped. I'll take all the responsibilities for this.
Admirable of you. Labor back in the game. He's got 4 personal fouls. McLaughlin will take a seat.
Yeah, but he's a vet. He knows how to play with to manage the game with just 2.5 to go.
Henry at the line. Greens both.
Back in the ballgame for the Aggies, #2, Johnny Tillman.
Tillman back in. Send it down to Kate.
Well, guys, coming into this back-to-back game series, Coach said that he really understood the importance of this series, especially for guys like Laver and Oscar, who have agonized over the Aggies for years. So, Scott, if this should end, I'm not going to say it will end, if it should. I don't jinx things like some people. But what's it mean to players like that? I'm sure, obviously, in your collegiate career, you had those certain teams that, man, if they had your number, all you wanted was that W.
Oh, it feels so sweet. Absolutely. I mean, you playing against your rival who knocked you out of the tournament, prevented you from going to the big dance 2 years in a row. You had lost 8 straight games coming into this series against them. It's going to be party time tonight.
That was a really heads-up play by Frere to Aaron Ball going out of bounds. He pushed it in off of McCants. Frere for 3. Good!
Good to see. We got the dunk that sealed it last night, the 3-point shot right there. And if you didn't believe me that it was over, now do you believe me that it was over up 15 with under 2 to play?
Kind of. This is the Aggies. Tillman. Oh, put him in a blender that
Isn't that what you say? Yeah, he twisted them around. I mean, it's
That's
all
right.
knotted up.
Yeah, gave him a three-piece and a biscuit right there with that move. He was so good at getting by that 270-pound 7-footer, but I love that one there by Oscar Freire. No hesitation whatsoever. Give me the rock. I'm going to put it down and put the final nail in his coffin. Did it with the dunk last night. I'm going to do it with the 3 here tonight. Thank you for coming. Sorry.
Thank you. Drive home safely. The Aggies' last back-to-back WAC losses, February 15th at Utah Valley, February 17th at Seattle University during the 2017-2018 season. Last time the Aggies started conference play in the WAC, 0-2, was 2012-2013.
Professor doing the dance moves down there with the dance squad? Well, direct the band. He knows all the dances as well.
Yeah. Well, he is married to the dancer.
What?
Director of the dance squad.
Oh, get out of town. You didn't tell me that. I'm
Come
giving
on,
him more.
man. You've been here 6 years.
I did not
Do your
know that.
homework.
I'm giving him too much credit then. He's probably been watching these moves at night at home.
Blackshirt. Under a minute and a half to go. Incredible. Lopes fans, can you believe it? Freire. Off the mark. Getting a little greedy there.
That's what I was thinking too. You know, I like the open look and the confidence to shoot it, but did you really need it?
McCants, Gilliard in the corner. 1 minute remaining. McCants throws up the 3. That doesn't go. Pushed out. Blackshaw with the rebound. Freire. Back over to Dixon.
That's got to feel good for Mikey Dixon. I mean, I know he's only been 2 years, but you had that agony of getting beat twice by these guys last year. Mikey Dixon, Oscar Freire, Alessandro Laver. That's just a good weekend. These guys put in the work. Wasn't always pretty, but even last night when they had it, that lead evaporate in the second half, they stuck together. I think Paul Coro hit on that in our pregame show. These guys they believe in one another, and they fought through that bad stretch, came back, got that victory, and tonight wasn't always pretty. But again, found a way to make a run when they needed one and separated themselves from the Aggies. Whether the Aggies are tired or rusty or whatever, you still got to play the games. Lopes took advantage of their opportunities tonight.
Coming into this game, the Aggies were 14-2 against the Lopes since the Lopes entered D1 play. Start to think about all those former Lopes players that face the Aggies.
Dokes off the mark. McCants is underneath, puts it in off the window. Freire to Blackshear. 24 and counting. Bounce pass. Laver. Foul.
What, Coach Jansen? He's not
backing off,
He's like, even if we don't get it this night, we might need to work on our full court trap for another basketball game when we may have an opportunity to win one. So not only just a execution type situation, but a learning situation for his team. He knows he might need that trap to get him a steal later in the season.
You know who I feel bad for?
I don't feel bad for anybody.
Well, I feel bad for every team now that faces the Aggies after this series.
Yes.
You think they're going to be fired up?
They are going to be on a mission. I honestly will believe that the Aggies won't lose a game the rest of this Western Athletic Conference, and it's going to come down to these two teams again in the conference tournament. They're just a little rusty. Didn't know how to play them back-to-back. Didn't have the energy, didn't have the mental preparation. Whatever they did to get ready for this game did not work. They'll flip the script and they're going to get it right.
They'll be ready in March.
Absolutely.
Don't take them for granted.
Foul called on the left wing, 25.
I mean, at the end of the day, isn't that all that matters anyway? Big, so they don't go undefeated, but they still get an opportunity to win the tournament and go to Indianapolis again. So for the Lopes, this is nice. It gives them a good seed, keeps the momentum going to 8 in a row now.
Yep.
And a lot of confidence that they can play with these guys.
That's maybe more so than anything.
Yes, they have broken through that mental block.
Yeah, I mean, they get punched in the mouth before, and I don't know if they had the confidence prior years.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for this team. I'm excited for the look of the future of this program under Coach Drew.
No doubt about it.
And the Lopes are going to sweep this 2-game series over the New Mexico State Aggies and remain unbeaten in Western Athletic Conference play with a 65-53 victory.
It didn't have the drama down the stretch as last night's game, but it certainly feels just as good.
Midgard with his 6th double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Blacksher with 11 points, 7 rebounds.